I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Let's go. World No Dangerous Podcast. BOP's in the building. What's good?
It was going bar for bar.
Shouts out to the fans, man.
Let's get it.
That's good.
Hondo up in this piece.
F to the R to the S to the H to the O to the U to the T. That fresh out.
What's up? What up? What up? What up?
When this joint late.
We up in here.
Shout out to TBS, man. Had a song there talking about women.
That's right.
Shout out to TBS.
But this is why this show is called All Hail to the Queen.
That's right.
But we talking about Queen B. We ain't
Right.
talking about
Queen.
the other one.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
All day.
Jay Camp's in the building. What's good?
What's cracking?
Hey man, we just pulling a double shift as Iceberg
that
just
dub.
stated.
BOP was goody.
Hey, we still live up in here, man, ready to give the people
Live,
what
we
they
lit.
want and need. Iceberg, how you living, son?
Hey man, we good, man. Like I said, man, all hail to the queen, man. When we talking about queens, man, you know what we doing, man. We talking about that Queen B, man. We got a good
B.
show. This is a late show, man, tonight, man. So if you rocking with us, man, we love you. You know, again, Fresh Out, man, Fresh Out Show, IG. If you love my guys, man, what we talking about, man, hit that Fresh Out Show on the Cash App. You know we monetize because we know what we doing. So actually hit that super chat, the super sticker, super thanks, man. You know, we in the building. We talking about hip hop all day. We actually have a hip hop community, hip hop junkies, man. Go over there, man. Show us some love, man, and check us out, man. But we got a dope show tonight, man. We just gonna be talking some little swag tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely got the real queen, even though we got to talk about the other queen passing on at 96, man.
Used to.
Basically. I think she got a picture of J. Kim BOP on her little muskie right here.
Stop it.
So we got to talk about her, man, passing. She had the longest reign, man. Didn't do nothing. But you know, we got to talk about her. Shout out to all our UK fans. Got to talk about Fat Joe too. We just had a good conversation about the whole origin of hip hop and how Fat Joe kind of throw his hat in the ring. You know, you don't wear one. But now he's hosting the BT Hip Hop Awards. You just had the conversation. Now you're hosting it. And then we got to talk about Lil Kim, man, the real queen. Shout out to Kathy too, man. You know what I'm saying? Showing mad love, New Jersey all day, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got that Lil Kim book coming out. Go cop that. But she got a remix removed with Megan Thee Stallion after people were saying that she was dissing Nicki Minaj's son. Allegedly paused. What y'all think about these topics real quick before we get in, man? Shout out to everybody coming in, man, and join the congregation, man. Everybody sit down, man. You know, there's a round table, man. You know, y'all sit down, all the kings, man. We about to chop it up tonight.
Well, though Queen Elizabeth II represented class and some high level of composure and you know, just overall royalty to some. She represented others, crime, corruption, and colonialism to
that's what I want
other
to hear.
side. Yeah. So, don't get it twisted now. Yeah. So I'm just saying I can understand why some out there are mourning for her, while many others are just feeling different about her passing. But you know, you guys let us know your thoughts either way it goes about this significant news that's been flooding the mainstream airways. It's no coincidence that Fat Joe goes from starting a debate about, you know, rather in the world of hip hop regarding who started or aided in influencing hip hop to suddenly being commissioned to host the 2022 BT Hip Hop Awards. It seems to me like a desperate move by the powers that be to control a narrative that's not sticking well based on the facts that's being put out on display, historical facts.
Who cares about facts nowadays?
Well, I mean, it's doing something because, again, the the industry seems kind of desperate, and those who are pulling the strings to say, okay, we got to get Fat Joe back out on Front Street in order to do whatever it is that they want him to do, if anything. So we'll see. Regarding the blown up controversy of Meg Thee Stallion's Plan B remix featuring Lil Kim, the Queen Bee, she was mostly talking about an ex that she rapped about, along with that bad B word rap. And personally, I didn't hear any direct or any indirect mentions about Nicki Minaj or her family. But Lil Kim did rap her off on there. I'm telling you, she flowed on there. I think as petty as 50 Cent is, I do think he crossed the line, as it appears that he might be, or it comes off that he's instigating kind of an assumption or a narrative that can't really.
I got a philosophy on that, but I want to hear what J. Kim's saying first.
Okay. But hey, real quick, it's even to the point where Lil Kim's ex, Mr. Papers,
Mr. Papers.
Fifth. Yeah, he's warning Fifth about what he said, and I know it's a developing story, but things are definitely spicing up, and they're not tampering down just yet regarding this matter. So, you brothers can take it from there. And
J. Kim, what you thinking, man?
No, I mean, Bebo P basically killed that. I mean, it's not much more for me to really say. I'll just elaborate on the Kim alleged diss on Nicki.
Alleged.
I didn't hear it, so maybe 50 must know more than me. I mean, or somebody listened to it may know more than me, but I didn't hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you tapping in, put the bar out there where you feel Kim was going in, because I just thought she was barring out.
I got a kufi on the joint though.
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying? But go
ready
ahead,
for you.
Iceberg.
Put on the pink. Put on the pink kufi that.
Listen,
ahead,
I'm gonna
go
put
ahead.
on that TBS kufi. You
Put
know
that
what I'm saying?
lace.
First of all,
Kufi on.
where's 50 from?
Queens.
Southside Jamaica, Queens. Where's Nicki from?
Southside Jamaica, Queens.
Southside Jamaica, Queens.
Yep.
So she just dropped a Queen remix of her Freaky Girl or Super Freaky song, whatever, and had Queens on there, the City Girls and some up and coming female rappers. Let me say that. Let me not throw any shade on them. But you didn't have the real Queens on there, in our opinion. In my opinion, if you want Queens, you're gonna put Kim on there. You're gonna put Foxy. You're gonna put Foxy on there.
Absolutely.
If you want a throwback, you put Roxanne Shante. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
If you would have thrown that on, even if she just started the bar up, you know what I'm saying? You put Missy on that joint. You know what I'm saying? You really talking about Queens. Let's be clear.
First of all, I would have had Missy do the beat, but that's just me.
Throw the remix to her. Hey, remix the beat. Here you go. Here's the track out. Here you go.
But go in though.
So my thing is, Megan's coming up, got Lil Kim on a record. Lil Kim, let's be clear, hasn't been on a big record like that with an up-and-coming artist like Megan in a while. So this is a really good chance for all the younger people to hear Kim.
Right.
But if I can basically start out for narrative by saying that you said something about somebody's son, we can get it removed. That ruins the competition. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I never want, if I don't like you, I don't want you putting on the records on the same time I put one out.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna create a narrative. So I got to put the cool phone for that TBS pink board. You know what I'm saying?
The pink kufi.
Yeah, the pink koof, man.
Well, with the sparkling sprinkles on there.
But J. Kim, what you think about that? And also, man, what's your thoughts on the Queen and the Fat Joe starting the narrative, but now he's hosting the hip hop awards?
Nah, just to kind of continue on the Lil Kim thing. I mean, I see where you're going with that. I mean, I definitely didn't think about it that way. But now that you say it, if you're really gonna have some queens on there, have some queens on there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
bar out.
I feel like part of the issue for me is that some of these young female rappers don't respect the elders the way that some of the males have done in the past. Because you see, like, some of these young cats still working with your Raekwons. I mean, shout out to Migos, first of all, because they reaching out to Whoop. You don't see city girls reaching out to Queen Latifah reaching out to MC Light. They're not reaching out
Mhm.
to these people
Facts.
that laid the groundwork for them to be able to do what they do, especially Kim. You know what I'm saying?
So does Meg Thee Stallion get credit for what it is that others aren't doing? At least in this regard?
Do you think Meg reached out to her? Or do you think her people reached out to her?
I think her people reached out to her, but you know what? I don't want to disrespect Meg because I can't speak on that because I wasn't there. I wasn't there, but I still feel like there's a communication gap and there is a lack of respect, maybe, that some of these older women don't have from the younger crowd.
We talked about this with Kathy.
We talked about it with Kathy, where some of the younger guys are reaching out to your to your chefs, your ghosts. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how many times have we talked about Griselda always reaching out to LOX? Always reaching out to Ghost and Ray and Method. They've been on a lot of them dudes' cuts, man.
But also the older dudes are reaching out to them, like Nas reaching out to ASAP and Boo. You know what I'm saying? And also to
Fabio Foreign.
Yeah, facts.
Absolutely.
With the Wave
it's not
guys.
to, and let's be clear, it's not to say that Fabio is young in age. He's young in the game. He's young in rap years. I want to be clear there. We're not saying, in case somebody who's a Fabio fan.
Yeah, don't be hating. Don't be on the comments.
Yeah, we ain't saying dude is like he's young. It's more so I feel like, you know, the MC Lights of the world are not getting the proper respect due. If you're gonna do a track called Queens, that's just me personally speaking. Now on the Queen Elizabeth joint, Bebo P said that beautifully. We know what that is. I'm glad Iceberg put his kufi on for the whole Fat Joe situation, because I felt the same exact way. As soon as he kind of upset some apple carts, all of a sudden there's an olive branch being extended. And shout out to Fat Joe, because I've always been a fan, but
shout out.
I
Freddie
feel like
G's in the building. I gotta drop an AK for Freddie.
Drop an AK for Freddie G, man. Shout out to
and
make sure
that
y'all,
dude,
y'all check out Freddie G new album too, man. That dude just dropped, man. Make sure y'all give it.
Hey, hold on. Can I get one more AK though?
Yeah, give one more AK for that. You know,
there you go, Freddie G album. Yeah,
Sugar Dig.
And a salute. And a salute.
And a salute,
man. Come on, man.
Salute to the general.
He's in here late night too on a Saturday, man. Shout out to Freddie
General putting in that late night work.
Come on, man. Putting that wisdom.
Good.
Absolutely. But you know, too, when Fat Joe said what he said, you know, there was a method behind that madness, as Iceberg just so eloquently said. And now he's hosting the BET Awards. Yo, that just didn't happen out of nowhere. I come on. come on, son. You know what I'm saying? But either way, shout out to Fat Joe. Always been a fan. I'm gonna always salute you, brother, regardless if I disagree with some things that you say. I'm still a Terror Squad fan, still a Fat Joe fan. R.I.P. Pun, the dude. Shout out to Remy Ma, who's doing her thing. Terror Squad, we got you. Fresh Out rocks with you. You know what I'm saying? And salute to Fat Joe for hosting the BET Awards. I mean, I'm rooting for him. I hope he does a good job. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I'm probably not gonna tap in, but I hope it's successful. I'll put it that way.
And we
do you think this is this way to kind of bring some older cats in?
That too. I think it's to extend the olive branch maybe to some older dudes too. I know Bebo P's like, nah.
I mean, I'm just saying because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to assume anything, but
it's not going to make me
not with the Mario music.
Even though I'm a fan of Fat Joe and cats of Fat Joe's ilk, I'm still not going to tap in. I mean, I'm not rocking with like the Lil Nas X type guys who I know who's going to make an appearance, because you know they're going to extend the olive branch to him because he got upset. You know, this last go around.
Well, hold up.
Pass that pink kufi with the glitters. With the glitters.
Who's on my shirt? This is the BET though. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's the real BET. You know what I'm saying? The real BET.
Yeah. With the little shag. With the little shag.
Yeah, got the little fruitful though.
You know, got the little fruitful joint on. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this thing we know Fat Joe's. He's hosting The daytime talk show now. What's old girl from radio station that tapped out?
Angela.
Nah, not Angela
That's
Martinez, but
Wendy.
the girl that went crazy that fell out.
Wendy Williams.
Well, yeah, he's doing the Wendy Williams show with
okay.
Remy Ma. This is the thing. I would have rather seen Remy Ma host it than him.
True.
Yeah, that would have been more fitting between.
Have Remy Ma and Papoose host it.
Absolutely. And
You know
not
what I'm
only
saying?
that,
Yeah,
shout
that
out,
would've been
shout out to
dope.
them
Yeah.
for still holding it down and holding down each other.
Facts.
Shout out to Remy Ma for the.
First
for
of
the
all,
battle
hey
league.
man, y'all need to be praying. Y'all women need to be praying for a Papoose. He stayed loyal while she was in the pen. Stop
Yo.
playing.
And the battle league is crazy too.
Fat
You know what I'm
Chrome
saying?
23. Let's go.
The Chrome 23 is hopping. It's popping right now.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on the Queen passing on real quick?
Queen Elizabeth II, the second.
I mean, I didn't shed a tear. I mean, salute to the UK though. You know what I'm saying? I know what that means for people there. I'm not saying that the black people in the UK feel the same way. You know what I'm
Or
saying?
anywhere else.
Or anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? We seen South Africa release that statement already. And like, look,
Chuck the deuce.
they kept it 1,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
took the deuce to her, man.
They didn't care about no feelings. But shout out to the UK. I mean, monarchs.
Shout out to South Africa too. Now,
Shout out to South
They're
Africa.
countries
for
of that
keeping it
life.
real.
Shout
For
out to
keeping it
Bruce in
real,
the building, man.
man.
Nightmare holding
shout out to
down all day,
Nightmare.
man.
Peace, bro.
Shout out
You
to
know,
B
man.
Young, another partner in
Throw
Ryan.
that AK, man, for Nightmare.
Nightmare.
You know what I mean?
Peace to the
Partner in Ryan.
moderators of Hip Hop Junkies.
And,
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
yes.
Nightmare going ham and the hip hop junkies. But yeah, I mean,
go in.
I didn't shed a
Go in
tear
with that.
at all.
You sure you didn't shed a callot tear? You didn't shed the
Nah,
callot?
Hey, Nightmare, you saying bye to the Queen? Dang.
there wasn't even like a Khaled.
Bye,
tear,
bye,
bro.
bye.
I couldn't shed one, man. It just
We
This
think
is-
about Charles in there. What about Charles and Charles?
I mean, Charles in his side piece.
Yeah,
Yeah, he got
You
the
know what I'm
side
saying?
piece in there looking like Blanche off of
You know,
like not the
that
Golden Girls
Golden
Blanche.
Girls and bull.
Dancing
Nah.
Blanche and them B words.
Nah. Give it a fart
you know what I'm
for that
saying?
Charles
It's
picking that Dusty.
funny though. I mean, I don't know how many Princess Di docs that folks have watched, but it's funny though how Charles's name keeps getting popped up in those. But we ain't gonna talk about that because that's another goofy conversation.
You threw him a little teaser though. You threw
You
him
know
a
what I'm
little
saying?
goofy
It's
teaser.
another
though.
goofy joint, but Charles is another cat that slipped through the cracks, man. But hey, it is what it is. When you got money and power, and I guess respect from those circles,
Mhm.
you get to be in the monarch game. His bloodline it is what it is.
Banging in the tunnel like Diana.
Huh?
Banging in the tunnel.
I got the toast in the tunnel.
Bang the toast. With that Saudi in that bull.
Our queen that we've always known is Latifah, and there might
Absolutely.
Well, it's crazy. Latifah, people thought Latifah,
She got
Black
a new
Twitter,
movie
man. They don't
on
be knowing
Netflix,
this. They was giving. They thought she died.
She got
Yes,
a new
they
movie
did.
on Netflix.
Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
We don't want
Right. Black
Queen-
Twitter was like, wait
our
a
queen
minute.
to die yet.
The
Oh,
Queen
yeah, that's our
Latifah, did
That's
she
our
take
queen.
a L? Like what's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah.
Nah, shout out to the Queen, Queen
Yeah,
Latifah.
the real. That's why. Yeah, this show is called All Hail
And
to
shout
the
out
Queen.
to
Queen
and shout out to
Lil
Queen
Kim.
the Queen Bee too. Shout out to her.
UNITY all day.
UNITY.
Hey,
And let's be clear.
Hold on.
Queen
Whatever.
Latifah's kind of, back in the day, she was kind of, she was decent.
When she was
Oh
Zora,
yeah.
Yeah. When she was to set it off or whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah.
when she was Zora,
Yeah, she might get the Eric Clapton, you know what I'm saying?
when she gave Kid that forearm,
Yeah, she might get the Eric Clapton.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
that forearm.
As long as you don't catch the moving right along.
Speaking of catching something, man, we gotta talk about Fun Flex.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He's been catching a lot of bodies, man, in New York, dropping all them unreleased tracks, man.
Yes, he's been
We
going
just
heavy.
had on our favorite guys, man. Ghostface Killer, Raekwon, new music. I don't know if y'all heard it, but it was dope. Regardless, if you haven't heard it, go to Hip Hop Junkies. It's in there. We'll put the link up in there. He also had a release joint from another joint from Swizz. Swizz got about 80 DMX records. Put out another DMX joint. What's your thoughts, man, on just the records? If you haven't heard the records, what's your thoughts on this continuation that Funk Flex is doing, where he's bringing out all this unreleased music? Why don't you think DJ Clue and these other cats, DJ Envy, are doing some of this stuff too?
Well, Flex got called out though. Like, let's be clear there too.
He did. He did.
Like, a lot of this to me is Cap City, because he got called out. He's trying to save face at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So he's trying to mask that by calling out other cats. But salute to Flex for doing it. Either way, he still has enough sway to where he's able to push the right buttons for some of these artists and get them to release tracks.
Yeah.
I did hear the Ray and the Ghost joints. Hey.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, they fire. I mean, I ain't mad at it at all. Also, like Bruce said, the DMX joint too with Swizz got released. That also was dope. So I don't want to say what Flex is doing is not good for hip hop. It is, but it took Conway the Machine calling this dude out for what he was doing, which was capping for you know what I'm saying, for
gatekeeper swag.
Let's be clear with that. But so what Conway did work. So first of all, salute to Conway for getting this movie.
Yeah.
And salute to Flex for realizing that he was on that boo-boo. Give him the fart. Give him the fart joint. Flex, man. Yeah. But give him the AK.
The wet one too.
But he gets the
man.
AK
Shout out to Conway though, man. Real talk. That was almost a strategic move, almost.
That was a strategic move.
It was a nice strategic move too, because
and Busta too. We got the new Busta joint, and Busta got to release an album. I think part of that too was a little bit of promo for on Busta's behalf, because he got that new album coming out. So Busta,
I heard that Busta's gonna be fired too. I heard that Busta's coming.
You know it's gonna be flame. You know
already.
Flame.
Already.
I seen some of the features he's gonna be having in.
Word? I wouldn't be surprised then.
We can talk about that on another show.
Man,
what you thinking, man, on this Funk Flex challenge, man? And like I said, we done got some new ones from Fab. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of stuff, man. What you thinking?
Shoot, man. Ghost Dini and the Chef, man, they lit their track up over that old school production. I want to say that might be the best track that I can think of that has dropped in regards to this Funk Flex challenge to date, at least.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I mean, the verses are premium.
I mean, the Jada joint was when Hamburger.
Oh,
too.
yes. Yeah, the Jada joint was real nice too. Yeah.
The Jada joint was
peace to Jada, too. Man. Peace to the
But I agree with you though, Bebo. I mean, I'll co-sign that for you, brother. That
for sure.
The Chef and Ghost Dini.
Shoot, man. They did what they do best. Ghost delivered 2 verses. You know what I'm saying? He delivered not just 1, but 2. And Ray had one in between Ghost verses. The beat switch up toward the end of Ray's verse, leading into Iron Man's second one, transitions very well.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That untitled track, man. Again, one of their. It really sounds like it could work for an album. Album track, maybe like a Ghostface album. Maybe not a Supreme.
It sounded more almost built for Cuban Links 3-ish to me.
I would say Big Doe Rehab-ish, but I won't disrespect or dishonor what you said.
I get that too. I mean, I didn't think about Big Doe. Yeah, you're right.
Well, I'm thinking more Ghost because it's 2 Ghostface verses and 1 Ray. But I ain't mad at that because Ray is working on Cuban Link 3.
But sonically, to me, it sounded like it would be tailor made for
man. Yes.
And you know how them Negroes be. They don't care how many verses each of them has on a track. They'll still drop it on whoever project.
Oh yeah. So peace to Staten Island, man. Peace to Ray and Ghost.
Peace to Staten Island.
Regarding the
give me one of
DMX,
them ferry, give me one of them free ferry tickets. So I can
man,
ride the ferry for free.
hey, peace to the ferry boat, because that's what
Yeah,
RZA,
man.
Jizz, and Dirt did to
Mhm.
round up the Wu-Tang. They had to ride on
Yep.
that ferry, as I'm sure they've done
Yeah, shout out.
many times.
Absolutely.
Be a lot of
Definitely
breezes
wanted to
down
make
there,
sure
too.
that
Be a lot of breezes down there, man. Let's be clear.
absolutely, and wanted to make sure that we showed Jada his proper respect.
Yes, peace to Jada.
He's still owning NY right now.
Yes,
Nightmare
yeah.
saying Jada's probably my favorite. Second,
Okay.
Ghost Ray.
Okay.
Plus the track had so much energy.
I can't disagree with that. I cannot disagree with that
man.
at all.
Hard.
You can't disagree with it at all, man. I mean,
Oh,
Jada
yeah.
came with it, man. Jada's still
He did.
proving that ever since that Versus, he's
Man.
been.
Can you say top 5 since that Versus?
What was that, Iceberg?
Can you say top 5 since that Versus for Jada?
Top 5 what? Of all time?
Alive.
Oh, alive?
Oh yeah, today.
You can, yeah.
Yeah, you can say that.
That could be argued all day. Absolutely.
I mean, Jada's been on fire, man.
Do you think we can get a Jada album first or a Locks album next? What's up next for Jada? Because like this thing, let's be clear, he kept hip hop alive on that Mopar Music DJ Khaled joint.
He did. That was the best track on that.
That was the best track on that whole thing on that Mopar.
And it was an interlude. It was an interlude too.
Interlude. So you know that boy probably last to some bull.
And that's the thing. That's why you can say Jada right now is top 5, because even his features he's bodied, like the West Side Gun project that he dropped last year. Jada bodied that joint.
Yes, he did.
Let's be clear though. Even on the Mopar Music, Jay-Z, Kanye, Eminem, Lil Wayne. Do you remember any of those verses? I remember that Jada.
Yep.
I definitely remember that Jada too.
You stand out on the DJ Khaled Dodge Challenger album?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
It goes to show
again,
that
he's showing that he's top notch.
Yeah, he's still in his prime. And
it don't sound like he's slowing down. Don't sound like he's slowing down no time.
He's got that hairline. It ain't going back.
Now let me before I forget, the DMX and Swizz snippet. From what I can tell, that snippet is pretty solid. And I say that
it's good.
Yeah, I say that in general for one, and two, it's not like this is specifically for an album. It's for it to be a challenge situation, and really in general, it works, at least from what I could tell, given that it's a snippet. But it's fitting for Flex's challenge to give people an appetizer of the dog, man. DMX, rest in peace. Hey, man, he was flowing on that Marley Marl and Big Daddy Kane, Ain't No Half Stepping sample pretty good, which, by the way, happy birthday to Big Daddy Kane. He just celebrated. He's celebrating a birthday. So, hey, big salute to you. And let the AK spray and a toast,
man.
So that, but the snippets first half was especially good. The last half, it had several things bleeped out from it. I guess for radio purposes to kind of keep it clean as possible. So it's kind of hard to get somewhat of a groove of it. But I think Ghost. Oh man, I think
he's a nightmare for that too, because Ghost Styles P Ghost, he has. I mean, to me, he lit that.
That
LOX joint up. I felt Styles had the best verse.
Do it holiday style,
right? Holiday,
Kingston a gentleman.
Right.
But yeah, it was solid, So peace to J Camp's favorite producer Swizz, and peace to rest in peace to DMX. You know what I'm saying?
No, I got to salute Swizz though. Swizz came with that one, man.
Salute.
He came with it.
This is one question I got for y'all before we move on.
Go ahead.
NYC to me has some of the dopest DJs. They go deep in the game, man, from all the way to Biggie. Who Kid, Premier, Cool Herc, Scratch, Pro Styles, Kid Capri,
right?
Q-Tip. I don't consider him a DJ, but just a crafter of music. Do you see them doing something like this too, and just dropping unreleased stuff? Because we need it. To me,
they should.
I definitely hope so.
We need to get back to that whole.
We really do.
DJ dominated era, because remember we had like the Clue shows where you had LOX and you know, all the great hip hop groups and individuals coming on his show on that
Facts.
Desert Storm Radio,
Facts. Yeah.
dropping freestyles, dropping unreleased tracks. We need to get back to that. Flex was doing that too. You know what I'm saying?
500
Back
in the
in the day.
building. You know what I'm
Salute
saying?
Fire
Gotta let the
500,
AK
man.
output
He's a day one.
Day one all day.
We need to get back though to that.
We
you
do.
know, the real essence of DJing, where they are the ones who's actually dropping the street records, the stuff that's hot. We need to get back to that, man.
I agree. I think that this has an aroma of DJ K Slay. You know, a lot of people, you know, still get, you know, they can't.
Static Selector too was dropping unreleased track.
Right. I'm not just trying to solo it to DJ K Slay. Rest in peace. But it just goes to show, I think this is a step in the right direction. I would like to see newer acts at some point in time be introduced, not just those who have already, you know, made it in terms of the industry is concerned. You know, at some point, you know, we need to see newer hip hop acts or just talented acts, period. You know what I'm saying? Really, and because the game needs that.
Dude, I agree. And it's not to put Vic out there like that, but it would be great to hear like Vic on like a Clue type of show.
Yeah,
to where he's introduced to the world.
Black,
like just
every Friday night, Saturday night, you playing nothing but exclusive new cats, new remixes, all that. You man, cats need that, man.
And that's how you start to bring New York back. To it. That's how you start to bring NYC back.
Graham Jones,
Graham Jones, yes.
That's how we got introduced to it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, again, like something like a Flex album, but more just, you know, since everything's so quick, you got to do it like weekly. You know what I'm saying? And then to me, that makes cats get in the studio knowing that, hey, man, it's going to get played Saturday.
People,
you know, it ain't going to sit on the shelf. It's going to get played.
That means I got to keep my now that I'm back and, you know, getting the buzz, you know, from you know such and such. Like you,
I heard that sort of joint. Yeah, the Lotto song. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Gotta check that out.
But long story short, man, we want, if the DJs are listening, because Joe Buttons, you've been watching the show. I seen you with your little transition joints. You've been stealing from Fresh Out. Give us some credit, man. We don't even want the bread. Just shout us out, man. You know what I'm saying? You've been stealing my transitions. But either or, you know what I'm saying? We want the DJs, man, DJ Who Can start bringing out some more of this rap, the hip hop, man, and then do it the right way through the DJs. Let's be clear. You know what I'm saying? Again, Pie saying the 50, the Chopper, the Berg song was supposed to be on the bowl.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we got to talk about, my man, our guy, Prodigy. Let's stop playing games, man. Let's salute this dude, man. OG in the game. Let's stop playing AK. We got to drop a bomb. We got to do everything. Prodigy, man, to keep his name out here. His estate just dropped a record, Walkout, which is dope. Premier laced the beat.
He did, like always.
Premier cannot miss
on the music video, though, man.
His chamber is long. He just don't miss, man.
Yeah, man, come on, man. Premier laced this joint.
He did.
I didn't like the music video, though. I thought they was kind of play pimping a little bit. But what's your thoughts, BOP? Or did you see the visuals? If not, what's your thoughts on the song?
I didn't see the visuals, but go ahead, Bebo.
Let me just say, first of all, it's refreshing to hear these two collaborate for the very first time as Prodigy, the solo artist, and Primo, the producer / DJ. And that's not to shade the DJ Premier and Mobb Deep unreleased joint called Cop Hell. That was released. That was actually supposed to be released, but it didn't because it was during the time frame after Ice-T dropped Cop Killer, you know, and it was real controversial. So they said, hold on, let's hold back on this Cop Hell joint. But so I'm just laying the groundwork to say, hey, these folks have worked together before. It's not their first time. This is just like their first like public release, so to speak. But anyway, the videos, graphics I did see. I do feel like they could have been much better and should have, you know what? They should have had a similar look to what Donna's Dope. Shout out to Donna's Dope. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, Donna's Dope.
Yeah. They should have commissioned him to do it or somebody of that like, you know, that produces great graphical imagery or quality, but some,
Absolutely.
something of that nature. And shout out to Paperface who directed this one. But I feel, again, like Iceberg indicated, these visuals, they could have been a little bit, they could have had some better and higher quality graphics.
I agree 100% with you. Donna's Dope should have did this, man. I love what he did with the Currency record. This needed that look, in my opinion.
Did.
You know what I'm saying? No knock, but it needed that look.
It did.
Classic joint with the 2D kind of flavor.
Man, yep,
they
did.
They dropped the ball on this. And to me, the other thing, man, before you go back in, Bebo,
that's all good.
Why are not more DJs playing these records? Why, like, to me, this is disrespectful, in my opinion. This is disrespectful to me, New York hip hop.
Yeah.
This is one of the, I wouldn't, you can have an argument for Mount Rushmore cat, but this dude is legendary and monumental. With his death being so early, you would think these gems that we have are almost like Pac records. So they should be treated like a Pac record, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get a lot of Prodigy, bars in a minute. Why aren't they celebrating a record like this? And it's cold.
Well, I mean, you still have a lot of personal or vested interests that take place with DJs and folks that are power players, so to speak, or at least are in the role of DJs or somebody who is in the position to put stuff out there. There is still a status quo agenda, so to speak, and oftentimes songs and music like this still doesn't fit that mold. But this type of song video definitely deserves that. That. And by the way, peace to Nightmare. He's the one that sent that to me today. So the video had that "Do for Love too." It does. Yeah, it does. So I definitely want to give Nightmare his flowers. He sent me that today. Checked it out. It was dope. So yeah, peace to Nightmare for this topic. By the way. Yeah, definitely don't want to shade that brother right there, man. But in regards to the music, Prodigy's first verse, man, largely him rapping about getting back to the bag after laying up with this chick, arguing, sexting, and drugged up. You know what I'm saying? But during the bag talk, he stressed that it's a nonstop 365, 24/7 process during all 4 seasons of the year. And his approach is similar on the second verse, where he kind of takes you back to that moment, that classic line, "It's a war going on, inward, come outside. You in that joint too long, inward, come outside." Like,
I ain't going outside. I ain't going out. I see that 9/11. I ain't going outside.
But it's dope though, because he's encouraging not only himself but other people. Hey, we all got to get back out here and get it. Let's get focused and stay focused on the money. And hey, whatever random distractions like random chicks come about. Hey, he said he was shading him because he's got a lioness at the crib. And shout out to him mentioning RZA. Yeah, Crimson Cure swag. Peace to Kendra Davis. Yes. But hey, he mentioned also not having seen RZA in a minute. So peace to RZA again.
Peace to
what I'm
RZA.
saying? And overall, like I said, dope joint. I hope that we get more DJ Premier and Prodigy and or Mobb Deep soon with those unreleased solo tracks of P, as well as Mobb Deep verses in the works for the upcoming album in that regard.
Kim, what did you think on the record though?
Yeah, I thought the record was dope, man. Basically, like Bebo P said, I hope we get more of this. We need more Prodigy. We know he was another dude that was in the booth a lot, so we know there's a lot more out there that we've yet to hear. So I'm just hoping though, when they do drop the next Prodigy project, that it's well crafted. I have hope that it will be. I mean, just hearing this premiere joint, I would think that there's going to be enough respect for his work that we will get like Have, Alchemist, going bananas premiere on his work. Because let's be, I mean, because we know how P sound over that Havoc and Alchemist.
Oh yeah.
Like that's what we need.
And we're actually getting 3 albums. We're actually getting 3 solo albums.
This is the thing. Why don't you think that more DJs are taking better care of these Prodigy singles that are coming out, almost like Tupac records? That's what I was saying that to Bebo earlier. Like, why isn't New York cats saying, yo, I got a Prodigy record with DJ Premier. Why is this not on the radio? Why is this not like all over Instagram?
Because it's that whole gatekeeping stuff that we've
Yep.
been saying
Yep.
for the longest. I mean,
We have.
that's why I wanted to make sure that we at least acknowledge, yeah, Flex is doing this now, but you not really pumping this though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like on your blowtorch. You might be doing it on IG. You might be doing it
Yeah, piece of Big Noid too.
on your YouTube page, but you're not using the blowtorch though of Hot 97 to really just throw all this stuff out, because you're not using none of your obviously to me it sounds like you don't have much sway, because you should be going on Angie's show. You should be Ebro, play this is none of y'all doing it, so I don't want to hear that.
A lot of these cats are still bought and they're still controlled. They're puppeteers.
They still control. So we're not gonna get that, unfortunately.
Right.
Do you think it's because what Prodigy was saying before he passed? Like, because
Could
he had a
be.
lot of strong opinions about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he had some enemies too. He had some significant enemies, so that's a possibility. But either way, it shouldn't cast a shadow on his legacy nor Mobb Deep's. But that's just how the game goes. If that's the case,
I mean, and we've said the same about X. And X is an icon. X was a true living legend. I mean, at one point in time, he had a 3, 4, 5 year run.
Facts.
Where he
one of the best runs too.
He was topping the game. Right.
Yeah,
he at least had
first four albums was like number one.
I was about to just say, at least a 3-album run where it was X, then Hove.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
He was the dude.
And this
X,
like
can't even get radio play.
Right. Well, like Nightmare saying, like, this is passed around in groups and group chats and stuff like that, man. But again, I'm on social media. I don't see these DJs like, yo,
I don't see the DJs.
He's got a Prodigy record by Premier.
And we follow a lot of DJs. We follow a lot of DJs.
We do.
They ain't doing it.
And speaking of Fife, that's the care that Prodigy's upcoming 3 solo albums, as well as the upcoming Mobb Deep album, needs is
that's what we want.
Was done on the Forever
they
album
showed
by Prodigy. Or I'm sorry, by Fife Dog.
They show Fife love. Fife
is
one of the best projects
of
this year.
Yep.
Fife still top 3 this year. Easy.
Oh
Easy.
yeah.
The Funky Diabetic. Come on.
Funky Diabetic.
Actually, the Sean Price and Lil Fame project was dope.
It was.
If y'all haven't got that, put it on your playlist, man. That's why you come here.
Put that in the rotation.
Again, man, shout out to Prodigy, man. Like, to me, man, he's one of my heroes. Like, this name, you listen to Prodigy and Mobb Deep back in the day, you was thugging. They had you thugging a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Their influence was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can listen to the records and go ham. You know what I'm saying? They had a lot of energy in the records, man. We love Sean Price for the same reason, man. Shout out to Victor. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the disciples of Sean P. Shout out to his wife. This is why we do what we do, because, again, the music that you really need to be listening to, they're trying to basically shovel this stuff on the dirt. You're not going to see no salute to Prodigy at the Hip Hop Awards. I guarantee you won't. You won't see no Sean P at no Hip Hop Awards. They're trying to make this shiny suit black excellence type of stuff.
Nas.
I mean, that's not where hip hop originated, and I'm glad we had the conversation. And BOP and J Camp went in on that conversation. Go check it out on our channel. But again, they're not going to have those conversations to me at the Hip Hop Awards, and that's the problem. You want that Skittles situation. So
they do.
What's the last thought before we get up out of here on this one?
You had talked about the influence of Prodigy, and I just wanted to tag along and emphasize, like, when he passed, unfortunately, it wasn't just within the hip hop space. It was like in the major news streams. You even had the weathermen and news anchors,
and they was quoting Prodigy.
Yeah, they were quoting his bars, and it just goes to show the influence that real classic hip hop cats have in this space. And yes. Go ahead, J Camp.
I was just going to say, salute to Prodigy. And speaking of also quoting bars, wasn't it like the Ukraine Army general or something that quoted a Pusha T bar?
Did. Yeah, sure did. Sure did.
Shout out to Pusha T for getting his bars quoted in war, though.
This thing, if it hasn't happened, I wish the estate, and maybe it has, I wish they would just say, here's all the Prodigy records to Alchemist, Premier, Havoc, and just y'all craft it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do what y'all do.
What you do, because you
and
know they're gonna take
put
good
them
care
out.
of
To
that.
me, put them out. I know that they're doing a 3-pack. I wish they do it like a 5-pack. You know what I'm saying? And then you, like I said, and then do it like Rock Marciano did. You got to cop it from us first. Get the vinyl, get the physical. You can get a digital from us too. That's a
because they help out
Mob Deep edition. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
And then you get on the streaming platform. So
Right. Exactly. But I think, you know, with Havoc recently coming out and letting it be known, I think at least a second time, that he is currently working on the Mobb Deep album with unreleased Prodigy verses that's going to be included on there. It is at least in the care of at least one of the prime producers. So I'm sure Alchemist might have a hand in it as well. I can't see him not have a hand in it. Alchemist was Prodigy's favorite producer. So I can't not see that. But I think it would be dope to at least see maybe one or two primo tracks, to say the least. I will see though. But
it don't sound right to hear Mobb Deep or Prodigy without Alchemist. It just don't feel right. You know what I'm saying? Without that. So that's why I agree with Iceberg. Just hand over the you know what I'm saying, the raw verses over to Alchemist, Havoc. Let them dudes just go in on that.
Yeah.
Pyre saying Mobb Deep and Lux was in the works too before he died. It's never happened. Yeah.
Man, because you know we would have got the Styles P and Prodigy joint produced by Havoc. You know we would have got that.
Yes.
We would have definitely got that.
Come on. Speaking of something new, man, we got to talk about, man, that Benny the Butcher with that hairline that goes bang, 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 bang. But he has the best mutton chops in the game. Shout out to Benny the Butcher, man. One of my favorite new MCs, man. And I love the fact that he has enough swag to not wear his hat all the time. But man, he's got Black Soprano Family. This new 13-track record is basically a salute to their DJ producer, Shay. Record's dope. Yeah. The cover is crazy. You know, to put him on there with all the swag.
With the wings too.
With the wangs, you know what I'm saying? Them chicken wings. I love the joint. It has a Dipset flavor to me. You know what I'm saying? What's y'all's thoughts on this? Jay, can you start this one off?
Yeah, I'm like I'm most of the way finished with the project. For what I've heard so far, definitely impressed. The features on there are crazy. Shout out to Conway, who went bananas on the track that he's on. Shout out to 38 Special too. Stove God. They bodied that. But shout out to Nightmare too. He got some mean chops, man. Them chops is,
he got them baby. Them
they
chops.
got attitude, man. They, you know, that's straight, you know, Chi-Town long trench coat, brown leather trench coat chops. You know what I'm saying? That's gangster chops. But I like the album so far from what I've heard. You know, it's pretty much what I would expect from BSF. So I hope they keep doing what they do, man. You know, salute to Shay, the family. Salute to BSF. Like I said, y'all keep churning out that music. Benny he's on a roll right now too, man. Coming off a Tana Talk. And
he is.
He's going at Gangsta Gear because I still feel Time to Talk is in my top 3 albums for this year too. Up to this point, it's a problem. But this BSF goes hard though. I mean, it's definitely a good end of the summer, coming into like the fall where we about to get a whole
grinding music. It's grinding.
About to get dropped. It's a good filler too, because a lot of these cats got some more projects coming out, so it's always good to get like a group album with a bunch of features. You know, hip hop always needs that. You know, giving MCs an opportunity to shine on a compilation type of albums. To me, it sounds like a compilation. Like Iceberg said, this is like a Dipset upstate.
J.R. Ryder. when he first came out, swag. You know,
but that's when J.R. Ryder and all them type of cats, Vado, them type of cats was flowing though. You know, like the young Dipset
young dudes, man,
was going in. You know, but
Indeed.
but I'm digging the album though so far from what I've heard. Bebo, I'll let you go in on it.
No, man, you set the stage for me, bro, real nice because this album is just it's a compilation type of album that is pretty dope, man. If you like anything Griselda, I think you're definitely gonna like this one.
Yeah, you love it.
Oh yeah, I'll
it's
give
got the heat. It's got the heat all day.
Yeah, oh yeah. Just a few details of a few cats. I won't go into everybody, so whoever I leave out, just for the sake of time and just charge it to the head as well. But let me start with Benny the Butcher. You know what I'm saying? First off, we already know that Mr. Mutton Chops killed on the tracks that he was on, that Mr. Pyrex Man and Times is Rough. Hey, speaking of which, that track, man, that I think it was Mr. Pyrex Man. And this dude said, I need a spot out in Florida where the Seminoles at, Jacksonville to Tampa Bay, like I'm Florida, Leonard Fournette.
I almost feel like he
running back. Yeah,
I had a joint, I think, with Son Weasel. It damn near stole my bar. I'm gonna have to go back and change it now. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody, because I threw that Lenny in my bar too. Like, come on, Benny, man, you got me, bro. I didn't drop that. Now but then change it,
man. But then he also made another. Sports reference. Man, I said this dude right here. These cats are definitely some sports fanatics. He said, before rap, I was somewhere in the trap cozy, turning 8 into 24, thinking rest in peace, Kobe.
Man, they get witty with the sports bars.
Wow, I think that was that Shea Face, man. I think that
they can always combine the sports bar with some dope.
Yeah, but I mean, just saying, like, we already know what Benny the Butcher do, so he repped. So peace to Benny. That Rick Hyde cat, man.
Rick Hyde bodied.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he bodied on the I think what was it, Pandemic Flow and Times is Rough. That's that single. Yeah. Oh yeah. Young Thug and Dirt Plugging didn't really earn nothing. My first dozen really got me 8 like Kirk Cousins. That from that
another sports bar.
Yeah, the Minnesota. The quarterback. Yeah.
Kirk Cousins.
And then the other one where he said, my homies got the spot like an Apple store. All Max. I said, this cat.
Right.
All Max, baby.
All Max.
Yeah,
like
that right there. That reminded me of that Smoke DZA and your boy, because those, like, when I hear like that, I'm at the Apple, because that's that Harlem type of
swag,
swiggy. You know what I'm saying? A swag. It's like all Max. I'm at this
all Max with that slight slur. But it goes right in perfectly. Yeah. OT. I think is that the O. Forgive me if I'm butchering it. Is it OT that on the track called Danger Zone? What was the cat's name?
Yeah, OT.
Yeah, he had a nice track, grimy flow. El Camino, he mostly shined
El Camino
on.
always.
Yeah.
Is there any crew that's
shout out to
with
Nightmare for always sending me to El Camino?
Yeah. Is there any crew that's like repping with them, man? To me, they're gaining more rappers as the weeks go by.
No, dude. I mean,
every time I see them put a chain on somebody, man.
It's so many of them. I mean, when you just go down the line, like Mac Homie, Bodie James.
Was it BSF?
Even Flea Lord is still kind of in
Lord.
Stove God Cooks. Like, they got a squad,
man.
Bro.
Is anybody messing with them though, man? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I
can't think of nobody like bar for bar. Like
that Love Boat Luciano.
Not like new cats. That I can't think of. I mean,
Flex
it's not
Baby.
to say there's new cats that's going ham, but like a squad that deep, I can't think of nobody who's really. I mean, now I
they
would
really
say,
he's El Camino shine on that Ninth Wonder sounding beat too.
I mean, and even in your
Amani Caesar.
Amani Caesar, you got Shay Noor.
All right.
Rome, what's Rome's name, man? I can't think of it. It'll come to me. Crime Apple. I mean,
Yeah,
ETO.
Yeah.
We did an ETO shout
Yeah,
out
we did. Shout out
for
to
the
ETO.
bars of the
yeah,
week.
yeah,
And
yeah.
he had the album with he had the album with Rock Marciano, which was hard. That Blame Kansas.
Right.
Yeah, oh
right.
yeah, oh
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
so pussy.
One of the bars of the week. Come on now.
Yeah, that album was
Oh
tough.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
other
come with your
than us.
complete.
Yeah, other
Stop
than us.
it.
Come on, man.
Stop
yeah,
it.
other than us. Come on.
Now, other than that,
Yeah, other than that. Come on, man.
Real talk. But no,
Yeah.
hey, long story short, just wanted to give y'all some details out there if y'all hadn't heard the album. I'd
Yeah.
probably say maybe the highlighted singles is the obvious single Times is Rough with that DJ Premier produced, and there's a video for. The other standout track is actually that Lie Low with Lazy Bone. That's a standout too.
And
Shout
actually,
out to hey man,
I
that
didn't
sounds
even
like a
know
whole
Lazy
track.
was gonna be on the album until
Oh man,
heard that.
and it goes back to what you brothers was saying about like them reaching out, to the
They've
to the
always
old
done
school,
it.
the new school reaching out to the older school cats, and then just not only just throwing them on a track, but making all the elements surrounding it and so forth mesh and fit well. So
I
that's
mean,
dope.
even Wayne, Black Thought, like think about
Yeah,
how good
yeah.
Wayne
Right.
has sounded on every single track he's been on.
Yes, he
Like
really has.
they raising the game of all the cats, all the older
Right.
cats.
Right.
They got to bring the bars now when they jump on the Griselda joint.
And
They
that's
can't
what it's
just
supposed to be about.
be mediocre. If Jay-Z was on one of them joints, you think Jay-Z gonna drop that verse he dropped on Khaled shit?
Actually, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
Now Bebo went in on it. See, I would expect Jay to come hard.
I mean, yeah,
I mean,
would too.
I would expect it.
I would too, but
I
hey.
would think Jay would come with that. I'm a Billy. Nah, I wouldn't expect him to come with that.
Yeah,
He gonna come with that stove talk.
He would come with that stove talk.
No, but this album really, it really sounds. It's a dope compilation for
Sonically,
those
it sounds
Zelda
good.
heads, and just really just for folks who love great hip hop music. Definitely check this out. And long live DJ Shay.
Long live
the name
DJ
right.
Shay,
man. Like I said,
Yeah.
I love the fact that man they dedicated it to him.
Yep.
They're going hard in the paint. The time is dope, like J Cam said. It's basically like time to get your grind on. Get off that beach and get your grind on for the fall.
And the great thing about the
situation.
compilations too is to get you ready for the other cats who's dropping. Oh, bro,
right.
On that AZ, Wayne
Build
bodied
on that. Yeah.
He bodied
on the door dot too. Yeah.
On the West Side Gun joint that him and West Side Gun had, but I mean Wayne went dumb on there.
That would have yet to be heard, Nightmare. That would have yet to be heard.
I think Jay would unleash. He would have to.
You would have to.
I would hope so.
I would
really hope so.
It had to be reasonable doubt, Jay.
He would have no choice.
I would
have no choice. He can't come like he came on Khaled. He can't.
It's similar to what I think it was Conway did on Black Man. That Conway verse on that Black Thought and DJ Danger Mouse.
Yeah.
Cheat Codes. I said, man, that might arguably be the best, if not one of the best Conway verses, because he knew the arena he was going to step into, and he came beyond correct. So that's what we hope or would hope that Jay would do, or somebody of that, really any rapper would do whenever they step into a particular arena. In such a respect. So
and just real quick before we move on, I mean, I've been telling people when I seen Conway live, he's the only person in Griselda they cut the beat off for,
man.
And let him just bar out.
Yeah, Barzilla.
Like that dude can rap. He's a different type of rapper.
The Barbra Streisand.
He may not have the best albums out of them cats. Now his mixtapes is flame, but he may not have the best albums, but to me, like bar for bar, he might be the best like rapper out that camp though.
Nas would.
Like the dude can just like rap. Like when you just like, man, like when you cut the beat off, you got it, bro. Go ahead.
all day.
Again, like to me, it started with the Funk Flex, Conway. To me, this should be flooding straight into New York radio. I don't understand again why these dudes are not going ham on New York radio, man. I do not understand that, man. But again, I hope this is long story before we move. Is this something you add to your playlist?
Absolutely. This album, yes, absolutely, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah, you definitely got to listen to this one if you're trying to get some type of
Man.
Griselda fulfillment or just dope
Yeah.
hip hop,
Gotta stop hitting buttons.
a dope hip hop infusion. Yeah, definitely cop that
hope we
long
get
live DJ.
yep, in that Benny track one day. Yep.
Yeah,
Yes,
RJ Payne,
yes.
he's another one.
Oh, RJ
Rome
Payne
Street.
is serious.
That's what I was
Yes.
thinking of.
Ransom.
Shout out to Nightmare too. Always be sending me ransom joints.
Yeah, Ransom and
Shout
Oh,
out
and
RJ
this is
to
the
Payne.
name, J Camp. Is this playlist worth? Do you put this album on your playlist?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's in my playlist.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
I wouldn't say that it's like top 5 or anything like that because it's hard to say that about compilations. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's not. They're made for like mixtape street type stuff. That's what compilations are really are. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But man, it's definitely playlist worthy all day long. Salute to all them dudes, man, that contributed to that, all day.
Again, man, we fans of the fam. Benny's always coming through, man. Again, man, you got to support it. You got to check it out, man.
Check them
Nims
out.
too,
Yeah.
all day.
Nims too.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, they got
Jay-
such a deep roster, man. It's such a
Yeah.
deep roster of upstate cats, man.
Iceberg, what's funny too is I remember last year, Ebro, were making a big deal about this group called Girl Code. Yep,
That's
doing
true.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so true.
This is why,
Remember
man.
that.
Like you have to keep your ear to the streets. This is what hip hop is about. The streets. Let's be clear. It's not about repping Sprite and other corporate
Your
companies.
buzz
Man.
and your respect comes
Yeah.
from the streets, man.
You gotta
When the
come
streets
from that, man.
buzz.
Let's be real. Ebro kept saying only the girls. Facts. Again, J. Kim talked about compilations, man. We gotta talk about one, man, that is legendary. But in my opinion, I think they fumbled the bag on this, man, because again, if we understand what we talk about New York all day long, but you gotta respect LA, you gotta respect Cali. And when you get like these guys together, these are Mount Rushmore, Mount Westmore, dudes, E40, Ice Cube, Snoop, and Too Short.
Come
Let
on.
me let off the
Come
AK.
I wish I had four. I
Icons.
wish I had 4 salutes I could give at the same time.
Each and every
Come
one
on,
of these
man.
dudes.
Like legendary, right? So you would think when these dudes
Man.
get together, the album's gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying? So we've been wanting to review the album, the Bad MFs. So because they on tour, they came out with the album. Okay, we want to hear this classic dudes. We go and try to find the album. We can't find it.
Yeah, we can't.
So then I go back and research it. There was some joint called Gala Music, and they made the album an NTF album.
That's a missed opportunity. Yeah.
J. Camp said it perfectly. It's a missed opportunity to, number one, feed the people. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't heard them in a minute. Most of them are free agents. They're not signed to no record label.
Right.
So you get these guys together, put an album out, make it go viral, make vinyl, physicals, digital, do the tour. Do you think they fumbled the bag on this, making it NTF? Because I'm sure some dude in a suit was like, yeah, let's just give us some songs. We'll make it an NTF, and you'll end up making quadruple off of it, like Dogecoin.
Bag is fumbled completely. I think, man, like some of these dudes try to be so cutting edge, and I get it because all 4 of these dudes are different. Like they're on a different playing field. It's like your Jays of the world. You're not. Them dudes is different playing field. I get that. But when you're trying to do this, you're cutting off the fans. Like most dudes just got the Apple Music joint or the Spotify. That's what they rocking with.
Right.
That's how they listen to music nowadays. They're not going to go out and do this. Some people will. I mean, to me, that's what the other delegation is doing. They copying it off. They copying the NFTs. I get that. But we ain't on like the streets ain't on that yet.
No.
Right.
We need that Mount Westmore.
Right.
Definitely for the whips. And when they dropped it in the summertime, it would have been perfect for the LA drop tops, man.
Who do we talk
and that's
about?
when it released. It's funny you said it because that's when it released as an NFT, of course.
And who do we talk about who's always putting their work out? Currency, Larry June, dudes
Mhm.
like that, giving the fans what they want. That's why I feel like it's such a missed opportunity. This is like Snoop and Cube not really being in tune,
Ooh, good point.
not being in tune with what people is really doing. You know what I'm saying? You got to flood the internet with music, and this is not the way to do it. This shows like some of these dudes been away from the game a little bit and doing other ventures. Not and hopefully this will be a lesson learned. But I don't think they understand, man, how many people are still on streaming, still streaming
Right.
music. This is
Right.
just a huge drop bag. But salute to them. I hope I get my hands on it soon. Because
we're not
journey.
knocking
No.
them. We're knocking the
No.
people that sold
Right.
it on.
They
Right.
sold it
Right.
on it.
Right.
Bieber, what you thinking though?
I mean, you guys are just spot on with this situation. I get one side of it because apparently with the NFT, with NFTs, the artist takes 90% and the platform takes the remaining 10%. So I get it if that was one of the mindsets going into this, but but the other side of it mostly and largely goes to what you guys are saying. The way the consumer base is not ready for this whole NFT the new name of Facebook. What's it called? I'm sorry. Meta. I almost said mega for some, I don't know why. But
Mega.
Yeah, and I think that they were hoping that the next wave would usher in and everybody would just do a hard left, but that's not what's happening.
Nah.
And I remember Snoop, again, I think I mentioned this before. He was supposed to be on tour in Australia, but for some odd reason he pulled out, pause, and then I guess he's going to reschedule it. I don't know if this was one of the reasons why, in addition to working with Dre on a project, but again, like you guys said, I think this was a missed opportunity, and hopefully they can see the correction to the point where they're making it more accessible to, your Spotify's, your Apples, because people definitely want to see these 4 Mount Rushmore / Westmore legends. All of them are legends that people still want to hear this
and
day.
Let's be clear too, Bebo. Our demographic is not we're not even close to copying NFTs yet.
We had the cat? We still the check cash,
bro. Like
right.
I still know cats copping CDs. Like we the 9 to 5 dude.
But that's a good point because that's
working at the truck plant.
Right.
He ain't copping the NFT.
And that's a good point because that's who all 4 of these individuals cater to.
That's
that age range
to that music.
Right. So I think I hope again that they can keep the NFT thing, but somehow maybe add it onto like your YouTubes and your or maybe do what like Rock Marciano did. You know what I'm saying? With his latest release of the Elephant Man Bones, something of that nature. Just making it more accessible to the people who adore these legends. I'm sure the album is dope. I heard the title track and maybe the first single. I mean, dope songs, but they really need to make this accessible to the core fan base.
Can you guys imagine Jay-Z, Nas, Method Man, and like Coogee Rap coming out with an album and then it doesn't come out and it's an NTF?
I think Power 500 mentioned it because we had that feeling with the double Wu-Tang album to where there was only one copy, and Martin Scarelli, who's now locked up or was locked up, purchased it, and now and after all these years, nobody still heard it. It was a business move that again was far left, but it just didn't connect and it just didn't work out. It didn't work out with obviously the consumers.
They could have made 10 to 20 million off that record if they really moved it right.
Yeah.
Instead of that 2 million that they sold it for.
Right. Exactly.
So
yeah, hopefully the next Death Row releases are exactly in this fashion to where it's just only accessible via NFT or just only accessible just in this virtual space. I mean,
hey man, let me
and I think we said it too before. Like
we did.
We talked about the whole Death Row thing.
Yeah,
making it accessible and make sure that you understand, or make sure that people understand this is the new way, but they never sold it on us.
Right.
Like you just drop it like this, and and again, the dude who works at UPS, he's not on that. I mean, he's working 8 to 8. That dude, he wants the quickest way possible he can cop the album, which usually he's got the iMute or the Apple Music from his cell phone provider.
Right.
And
It's,
he can
it's
get it
easily
that way.
accessible. Something easily accessible to where he could just make a few pushes
Yep.
of his thumb or his index finger.
Can I put the coof on though?
Go ahead.
Uh-oh. Put on that glitter coof.
The pink one.
Yeah. Yep.
And they got a phone call.
With the Bed Bath and Body Works glitter on it.
Do you
ahead,
think they got a phone call? And somebody said, hey man, like y'all gonna wake up these artists, these younger ones. Y'all can't do this. Because if y'all drop it, that's gonna give other artists to make them think they can do it. So do you think that the stop button got hit from the major labels or somebody of that ilk saying, hey man, y'all doing too much? Because all of them are free agents besides Snoop. Let's be clear. Snoop is a CEO of Death Row, but you signed to Damn? Does that make any sense, Jay Camp? Work with me.
No. No, ain't no sense.
So how you assign artists, but then like any artist would understand that, hey man, freedom is what I want. Why would you sign with Def Jam, but then you own you're a CEO of a label? It sounds like some Diddy Love Records crap. Again, do you think this was shelved because they was doing too much? Because we know when Pimp C wanted everybody from Houston to start getting their bag together and go on tour, next thing you know, he's sitting on his stomach in an LA hotel room. When you heard about Irv Gotti and Suge Knight trying to unify all the artists and get them on like a union type situation, he ends up going to jail. So anytime we unify, we just talked about this on TBS. Anytime we unify, somebody come in, shut that boy down.
Yep.
So do you think that may have happened?
I wouldn't be. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised. I know that. Right. I know that. This was kind of the move that I believe Snoop was alluding to or had communicated when he first announced the acquisition of Death Row Records. You know, kind of going into that metaverse and NFT space just in general with some or most of his releases. So I will state that. But on the flip side, I wouldn't cast a shadow on what you just stated either, Iceberg. And that's the cost of aligning with a mainstream corporate platform. You have to take what comes with that from, you know, the powers that be, if that's what happened. Emphasis on if that's what happened. But this is something that could have been major. This is a major album, man. This is a major album.
Jay-Z, Nas, Kool G rapping,
right?
Somebody
you
else
have this type of album and everybody not have access to it,
right?
Because this is like one of those years in the making albums. Like, we would have never imagined this,
right?
10 years ago.
This album was a product of the pandemic.
Let alone
they started making this during the pandemic, and then we have what we have, and it's a dope idea. And everybody, I mean, I won't say everybody, but
that
most folks would have definitely been.
We was rocking to.
Yeah. What was a subwoofer, right?
Yeah, the
subwoofer. Yeah.
And again, like we talked about with the female rappers, that like imagine the female rappers doing this.
Right.
Imagine them actually putting Lil Kim on Queen.
Yeah.
Foxy Brown on Queen.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine how big that would be big for hip hop, period.
Right.
You got Nicki
Foxy,
Minaj,
Kim,
Foxy Brown,
Nicki, Cardi B. I mean, it's a thought fest, but it's Thoughttober.
But still,
you know what I'm saying? But it still be legendary though. Missy on that joint too.
That's something you can tour. You can tour off that. That's something you can get a bag off that. Like,
but again, would that scare if they were all free agents? Wouldn't that scare some of the status quo cats and say, "Hey man, y'all can't do that, man. Y'all better cool that out," because other people will say, "Hey, we can do that too."
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised because I'm sure that that these record labels took us at least a hit during the beginning of the pandemic and moving forward. I'm not saying that they're not getting theirs financially or from a revenue standpoint, but I'm sure that there were some losses incurred, and they definitely don't want to have that happen on a consistent or ongoing basis by having artists think outside of the box from their contracts that they signed with their respective labels.
100%.
Well, like I said, man, we just had to give y'all a quick show, man, on a Saturday, man. We actually doing double duty, man. This is our second boy for the day. But
I'm
again,
back.
man, fresh out. You know how we do, man. J Camp, man, give us a little holler before we get up out of here, man.
Yeah, man, as always, salute to the day oneers. You know what I'm saying? Power 500, Nightmare, partner in rhyme, man, Freddie G. Make sure that y'all check for him. You know what I'm saying? Support that dude, man. He's putting
Style
in that
versus
work himself.
substance.
Style versus substance. You know what I'm saying? Just keep rocking with us, man. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, the like button, notification bell, all that.
Right.
Rock with us. I mean, again, now that we are able to monetize off this and still give you what you asked for, all we ask is for a little bit of love and support in return. Because again, we all family, we all one, we are one hip hop community. Definitely check us out too on Facebook. We got the Hip Hop Junkies page. You know what I'm saying? If you want to tap in there as a community, we can continue to do that and this show by your support, your love token, whatever that may be. If it's 99 cents, man, that's 99 cents that's going to hip hop.
The offering plate.
The offering plate, man.
that brass offering plate.
The butterscotch, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever you can hand to Usher, man.
Whatever God puts on your heart.
There
Amen.
you go.
God
There
puts
you
on
go.
your heart, man. We appreciate it. But again, from the bottom, man, we appreciate y'all for rocking with us.
All
Stick
day.
Power 500.
Oh, that right there should end the show.
That puts a stamp on it. That puts a stamp on it.
Man, salute
Power
to Power
500,
500, man.
he has to be an MC. He has to be an MC because that sounds like
Man.
a song title.
Yeah,
Right
it's like a song title, man. Get out of
You got-
here,
you
Power,
got to
man.
be-
You on the stage, man.
You got to be an MC.
N-words flopping them daggone sales, boy.
Right.
Oh, them N-words.
Yeah, I made my night right there. I made my night right
out.
there.
That made my day, man.
Yeah, man. Bebo, man, where you at, man? What's on your mind?
No, shout out to everybody. Without you guys, there is no Fresh Shout. If you haven't yet, hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. You know, we definitely want to provide you the support that you all very well deserve on an ongoing basis as the world's most dangerous podcast, Rap City No Basement. Again, shout out to Freddie G. You know what I'm saying? Check out that Style versus Substance album, fedupent.com and all that. Shout out to our day one and really supporters and those who came afterwards.
Yeah, that came after too.
Yeah. And anybody who's new, welcome. You know what I'm saying? We support you and definitely stay safe out there. Definitely we're on some ongoing interesting times, and we definitely want the best for you and your family and your people, and continue to enjoy the remainder of this weekend. Iceberg.
Absolutely.
I
And
land
you
my
never
plane.
know.
Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
Power 500 might get quoted in like China somewhere, like
Yeah.
like the Chinese general.
Yeah.
Man,
Oh,
they
and going
words
cop something right here too.
flopping the sales.
Cop something from the NBA store too, and I'll land my
Absolutely.
plane from that standpoint. Iceberg, you got it, brother. Send
Y'all
Fresh
said
Out
it
home.
best, man. Again, man, just shout out to everybody, man, showing love. TBS, man, go over and check out Texas Brown
Peace
Sugar
to
on
TBS.
YouTube.
Check
Texas
her out.
Brown Sugar.
That's
Go
our
check it
sister
out,
right
man.
there.
That's our sister channel, man. Go check
Yep.
her out, man. We just on there dropping some dimes on there, man.
A sister and
Again,
Ryan.
Yeah. You guys have been just amazing, man. Just
You all
again,
have. Yeah.
just showing love, man. We come on and y'all go ham, man. Like, you know, Power 500, North Carolina, man. Mike 100, you know,
Yeah.
Devon, man.
Negroes fell into sale.
Nightmare, Freddie G, man. You know how y'all
Man,
do.
yeah.
Marvel's coming through always, man. We just
Peace,
appreciate the
yes,
love.
yes,
A
yes.
Nick Bate coming through with the 20
I need
piece.
a
Sponsor of this past Wednesday show.
I need a
Yeah.
screenshot that Negroes flop the sales joint. real quick.
Man, classic, man. But again, this is why we're here and building that hip hop community. Go over to Hip Hop Junkies, man. Just put the link in the little chat.
Yep.
Again, man, J Kemp, Bebo P, LB the Podfather coming back
Absolutely,
soon.
LB the Podfather.
You know what I'm saying? But when you get that leg right, man, shout out to you, man. But again, before we go into this October, man, to this fall situation, just be clear, be cool. Make sure your family's straight. Don't get in no crazy stuff, man. And again, we trying to get to a higher level by it comes with wisdom first and understanding, man, we black kings, man, black and brown kings. And shout out to our Caucasian kings as well. You know what I'm saying? But again,
the other delegation.
Man. We out here, man.
Iceberg over here supporting Queen Elizabeth II. I see you,
wait,
brother.
yeah,
I see you, brother.
Man,
Absolutely.
JK, man, shout us out one more time before we got here.
Yeah, man. One more time. Salute to everybody, man, who's been rocking with us. Facebook. Hopefully we can get on Twitter Spaces. One of these days we're gonna get Hip Hop Junkie on Twitter Spaces. But again, man, fresh out. We love each and every one of you. We love hip hop, and we're gonna rock out again. Same time, earlier bat channel, earlier bat time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Next Wednesday. But as always, salute and we out here.
Peace.
I'd like to take this time to apologize. Absolutely
Let's go. World's Most Dangerous Podcast.
Vivo Kings in the building. What's good?
It was going bar for